So I'm actually learning something that I probably should have learned years and years ago, but I didn't, and I learned it probably like a couple days ago because I was listening to a woman who I believe uh, came to like a almost like a masculine understanding of herself, meaning like to where she could communicate to the masculine or to the males what women are really going through and what they actually need. And it might seem obvious, but I think it's a deeper um, it's like a deeper it's deeper than what may appear at first. So the word is containment. Containment. And this does not mean to restrict, but most women, if not all, need a sense of containment. And so while I was like, yeah, protection and security, uh, I understood that later than I should have. But I understood that, and I worked so hard uh, to provide and to reach a level of like autonomy that I can even do that more efficiently. But what I wasn't realizing is that in the last, let's just say the last 18 years, and every one of my relationships with women, and I don't mean intimately, I mean like just platonically, or intimately, it's been that I always felt that they didn't understand, or I didn't understand them more so. It probably started off as they don't understand, and then I realized I don't understand, and I'll probably never understand. I still stand on that. But what I do understand now is containment means that she needs this sense of assurance that we are to provide through consistency, vulnerability, and honesty. And when we are fighting for our freedom, which we feel that she's clinging to or distracting us, and it could be that because the lady I was listening to also said that women are very good at manipulating, which thus makes sense if we go back further in our history, where we are physically stronger, but through forms of manipulation they can also be strong and have strength over men. And it's supposed to be there for them, because just like your muscles are supposed to be there for you when you start to lift weights. But the thing about it is that you can abuse weights to where you reach a stage of hypertension. That's for another day. So anyways, she is able to manipulate as that's probably not the right word, but as like a divine power, and she could overdo that, but it is her power, and in a way it's her right, being that she has less strength in a sense physically. So containment means that you reassure her constantly, through certain efforts, through certain deeds, through small things that I was overlooking. So you know, if you're thinking like, I gotta be out here and get this money, and maybe she's contacting you throughout the day, it's because she's at a level of like prey in her mental, and what you represent is what I like to call an anchor. Say she's out at the ocean in her boat, and the only way that she knows that she can make it across the ocean of life is that anchor, and you have to play that anchor and figure out how to constantly reassure so that she has this feeling of containment. And it's about her emotions more than anything. So then you have to become more emotionally intelligent as the male, or as the one relating to the female. And so I just realized that, man, and it's crazy, because there were so many times I thought the person was trying to fight, and what they are really looking for is reassurance, just that everything is all right. And a lot of times, like, we think it's like, you know, like a big deal, but the same lady had done like a survey in the audience, and she says, how many of you have had trauma or had fear in the last decade? And a lot of the women's hands were up. And then she said, how about in the last 5 years? Still a lot of hands up. Then she says, how about in the last year? Still a lot of hands up. Okay, what about in the last 10 hours? Still a lot of hands up. What about in the last hour? And there was still a lot of hands up. Now, they were in a air-conditioned, controlled environment. And so as a male, we logically say, how are you scared? What is there to be afraid? So we already have what we need to anchor her, because we're just logically not even there with that. And so you have to be that. And more men have to be that way across the planet, because we're losing this battle ultimately of balance between our species and the whole, which the whole thing was designed to work together. So we're the ones messing this up, and it's very easy to realize what I'm saying. Now, I'm gonna probably talk about this for a couple weeks to come, because I'm still studying, but I think, you know, it's serious. Like, women, they need containment. You have to constantly reassure them and stop worrying about what you think she's tripping on. You just have to be there for her, which, like I said, I just learned that shit. So there you go.